Did someone call a doctor?
Hey everyone, Arklin here, standing on the eve of a huge Overwatch event, and while I wait patiently, ready to throw tons of money on loot boxes, here are some tips for your Mercy gameplay. Today we are talking about who should be your overall priority heroes to pocket as Mercy. One huge advantage we have as Mercy players is that whoever is strong in the meta at the moment means we simply get to boost them into the SR climbing machine that they always were meant to be. There are also other heroes that I will cover in another video that I won't here because those require a bit more detail. Things like remembering to damage boost D.Va or Hanzo during their ultimates, because it really can secure those kills. But if you're climbing right now in solo queue and are looking for the most well-rounded and most effective choices in Season 4, at the moment, here are your pocket heroes. Let's first start with Winston. Winston is one of my favorite heroes to pocket as Mercy. He has everything you would want from a pocket, so let's break it down. He's a tank, so you have plenty of health to charge your ult, and though his Tesla cannon only does 60 damage per second, couple that with Mercy's damage boost, and Winston will be doing close to 80 damage per second. Don't correct me on those numbers, ha 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 ha. Also, when Winston lands from his jump, he will deal a flat 50 damage, which is also increased with Mercy's damage boost. Winston is also very good at keeping you alive. Every leap from Winston allows you to fly and hover over the battle. If the enemy goes against you while you're pocketing Winston, it simply becomes a race to see whether Winston will fry that 200 HP hero into toast after 3 seconds, or if they manage to kill the Mercy first, then they have to deal with the Winston anyways, so good luck to them. Don't forget about Winston's shield or ultimate either. The shield will protect you, and Primal Rage will keep anyone off you during the fight. Pretty useful. Okay, moving on in no particular order, we have Farrah. Pharmacy is strong in solo queue, so use it. The higher you are in the air, the less vulnerable you are to most of the flanking heroes that are going to be harassing you. Again, her mobility is extremely strong, which helps keep you alive. Farrah is going to be hitting for about 156 damage if she direct hits anything. Sorry, Tracer. Then 104 damage if it's splash damage while you're damage boosting her. That's a lot of damage. As far as her ultimate goes, I usually find myself damage boosting the ult if she has to shred through a Rhine shield quicker. Other than that, I usually try to keep her alive through her ult, which most of the time, if she ults from a poor position, Farrah's probably going to die anyways, so don't be too worried if you couldn't save her. Oh, and one more thing about Farrah before we leave her, is the fact about how far you're going to be from your team. Most Farrahs are going to take you away from your team, so it's going to be up to you to make the decision whether pocketing the Farrah is more important at the time or sticking with your team. Okay, next we have Soldier 76. He's my usual go-to DPS if we don't have a Farrah. Your damage boost is going to help secure those kills and bring down the tanks pretty quickly. You're going to charge your ult pretty quickly with the Soldier too if he has good aim and is constantly hitting targets. You can also safely trade with other poke comps since you can simply keep him going with the healing stream. His biotic field can keep you alive through flankers' efforts to kill you first. Just stay inside the field and wait for Soldier to outlast the flanker. Soldier loses a bit in the mobility department, which is why I like to work with a Winston or a Farrah instead, but you can piggyback pretty well off of his sprint to keep pace with him. His ultimate though is the real game changer. There are a few things better than damage boosting a soldier's tactical visor or keeping him alive through his entire ultimate. Oh yeah. Finally, let's talk about Roadhog. Now, Roadhog is by far your best overall pocket pick to charge your ultimate the quickest. If your Roadhog can play smart, you can have your Resurrect charged up and ready to use in about 30 seconds or less. I'll usually snap a damage boost to a Hog in the last moments when he hooks someone, just to guarantee he gets the kill. Sustained healing is so strong on Roadhog since he has no defense besides his massive health pool. If he ults, you can make sure to keep him alive during his ult or give him the damage boost to wipe the team faster, but I usually have to keep the Hog alive in most situations. And that was all for my overall pocket picks for solo queue, and I'm gonna go on to cover the other heroes in more detail since those require a little more care, but they are also super effective because of it.